This is getting extremely, extremely serious. And if there was a time that I would take it very, very seriously, 2023 August, this is it. This is not fear. This is nothing new under the sun. This will cycle in humanity over and over and over again until you understand that you have the power. My name is Coach JV. What I work to do is make the complex simple. I take macro and microeconomics and I break it down into simplistic form through my logical circuit, sharing with you guys the 8 to 9 hours a day of research that me and my team do to make our financial decisions. Okay. What I'm going to present to you today is going to seem very fearful. The family, they want you in fear. There's three things you can control. That's what God created. Your thoughts is what you think, your actions are what you do, and your emotions are how you react and how you feel. So, if there was some invisible enemy that you're going against, what would you work to control? Your emotions through fear. Yes, there is chaos in the world. Yes, there is crazy things going on. But the only thing you can control is your reaction and how you feel, your thoughts within this moment, and the actions you take right now. So in the description of this video or in my social media here, I want to remind you, I will never proactively DM you. Those are all scammers. Okay. We do not have an investment platform. We have a warrior academy. We've helped over 7,000 warriors worldwide. Foundation is self-development, and then our 5 pillars of wealth. We also have a link down there for a free consultation to set up a free consultation if you're concerned about your 401k or your retirement and you want to learn how we do tax-free retirement with tax code 7702. 401k is a tax code. We show you 7702. There's many different ways to secure, compound, and grow your wealth like the wealthy using insurance. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states that can have a free conversation with you. Use discernment. It's not me DMing you. They're using AI technology, and I hate that I have to do this on every video, but I'd rather protect my friends. Okay. All right. So let's dive right into this. So as I go through this, I want to make sure you take a deep breath. These types of videos should be shared with your family members. Okay. This stuff isn't going to get a bunch of reach. You know that. You know this stuff isn't going to get a bunch of reach. But the reason why I think it's important for this type of stuff to get reach is because we need to stay calm. Okay. This is a transition, which I'm going to show you with Ray Dalio, the changing world order. Okay. This happens over and over and over again in humanity. So, what I'm going to show you is what I've told you guys is coming. I've said that we are going to go to war with China. Okay. When Russia invaded Ukraine, we went and supported Ukraine. Billions of dollars been sent to Ukraine. Right away, Biden took them off the SWIFT system. Financial narrative, you need a shock to the system. Then we started sending, which I'm going to show you in just a moment, arms over to Taiwan. And I told you, China's going to probably invade Taiwan. We're going to go to war with China. And I'm going to show you why. Anytime a country or countries are struggling economically, and all countries are struggling economically, they take us into war because what does war do? The people who are invading, it creates a GDP growth, and the people that are invading, okay, and fighting are increasing their GDP, and the people who are getting invaded, it destroys them. And then one comes the new superpower, and right now America is losing its dominance. So let's dive into this. So I'm going to show you a video from 3 months ago. Okay, so we're going to kind of go down a little rabbit hole here. So get your here we go. Let's just dive into this. Okay, so I'm going to show you a video from 3 months ago. This is talking about Biden cancels stops in Pau, I can't even say that, New Guinea, Australia. What they're talking about is China's Xi Jinping is rooting for a default of the US dollar. So basically, he was rooting for a default of the US dollar, but I'm going to show you 3 months later what's happening in China. We are now seeing cracks in China. So America, superpower, our economy is about to collapse. China's economy is about to collapse. But the thing is, family, they get bailed out. You don't. The markets don't care about your 401k. They don't care about your emotions. And these leaders don't care about your emotions. They don't care how much money you have in your 401k if your kid's in college and your corporation is in it for survival. So you should start making decisions. There's no savior coming to save you guys. Start making decisions now.
Three of your Democratic colleagues wrote in the Hill today. And it was about the debt. It was about this debt limit and its impact with our relationship vis-a-vis China. It's Andy Kim, Jake Oshensklass, and Brendan Boyle, and they write this: nothing would be more devastating to the United States' global leadership or more helpful to China's ambitions than unleashing an economic catastrophe by defaulting on the Treasury's debt. January 6, 2021 was Xi Jinping's best day in office. Make no mistake, he's now watching how we handle our economy with similar bated breath.
Okay, so this was 3 months ago, okay? He said nothing more than he wants to default on America's debt. We are at 120. We're buried in debt. We have more debt than we have money in the system. 33% of our debt's held outside the United States, and most is held by China and Japan. And they're at bated breath right now, wanting us to fail, wanting to default on the America's debt. Well, then we fast forward 3 months later, and now dire situation. Experts warn that China's economy is now spiraling out of control. Check this out.
One of the big stories that we've been talking about today is the downside move, the economic problems in China. Let's bring in a China expert. Lee Steinhauer is with us this morning. China's slowing down.
Now, we're going to take a little bit of a longer video here. This is going to be about 3 minutes, but I'm going to work to narrate it. Then I'm going to show you facts, figures, numbers, logic.
Dramatically. The exports are down. New big time trouble in the property sector. And they just stopped releasing youth jobless data because it's so bad. Is the economy in China in danger of a serious ongoing downward spiral?
So does that sound familiar? Okay, they just turned their printing machine on. Okay, we raised interest rates to try to stop the dollar from collapsing, right? Destroying the American people. We're now going to go into a really rough job market. Okay, China turned on the printing machine trying to fix this, and Russia just jacked up their interest rate. Every country is spiraling right now.
Yeah, China right now is in bad shape economically. You touched on a few of the issues. Their real estate sector, which is about 30% of their economy, which is a huge component, has been in a downward trend for the last 2 years at least. Just this week, one of their biggest property developers, Country Garden, is in danger of going under. It's a massive problem, and it looks like it's going to continue. Youth unemployment, last reading was about 20% plus youth unemployment in China. So bad, as you mentioned, they've decided that they're no longer going to be releasing even data on youth unemployment. Foreign direct investment into China is down. Manufacturing is slowing. They didn't get a pop like they thought they would coming out of their zero COVID policies. It's bad shape for China right now, and geopolitically, it's getting a lot tougher.
Now, China's Communist Party it seems to me that they've got a deal to stay in power. The Chinese Communist Party maintains political power and says, okay, you give us political power, you keep us as the government, and you, the people, you can be prosperous. Has that deal now beginning to break, beginning to fray?
So this is what I want you to pay attention to when I show you Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. So now you start to see civil war within their own countries where the people start to look at government and go, something's not right here. And when that starts to happen, you see massive distractions. So if you know somebody's looking at you as a narcissist and you're doing something, you're going to get them to look over here, okay? I'm going to say that China's most likely going to invade Taiwan, and we're going to go to World War III, which is going to put our attention over there.
Yeah, that's been the deal, explicitly or implicitly for a couple of decades here, and it's kind of legitimized the Chinese Communist Party. But it's always been kind of a Faustian bargain, right? A deal with the devil, and like all deals with the devil changes the terms, right? When they no longer work, and I think the same is true with the Chinese Communist Party. I think the Chinese Communist Party realized that they couldn't continue with that level of prosperity that they've enjoyed the last couple of decades. So they've really turned China into a surveillance state. They've put the clamps down on their own people. So even if the people wanted to change their government, it'd be very difficult to do so.
Does that sound familiar? Okay, so what happened is we're experiencing, massive amounts of free money for a very long time, and we get the brunt of it, okay? Now, we sit here and wait for a president to come back and save us. This is nothing new under the sun. You're in the Coliseum right now, guys. You're literally watching the Coliseum play out. If you look at TikTok and all these things happening, right? We went from boxing to influencers fighting influencers and all this stuff. The Coliseum is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're looking over here. California's flooding right now. You got Hawaii burning down. Guys, the religious people call it rapture. Spiritual people like me that love God and follow the life of Jesus call it a great awakening. World Economic Forum calls it the Great Reset. Whatever you want to call it, family, and you can just be ignorant to it if you want to. There's a massive Massive transition happening in our global economic, geopolitical. Everything is changing right now. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. Okay. So China's hidden financial dangers erupt with shadow banking crisis. Mistrust payments spark protest, forces restructuring. Trust woes add to weak economy, deepening housing as it slumps. Only a week ago, I can't pronounce that name, Enterprises Group attracted little notice with China and was almost unheard of elsewhere. Now, the secret shadow banking giant has become the latest symbol of the financial fragility. An 18 trillion economy where confidence among investors, businesses, and consumers is rapidly dwindling. The privately owned manager of more than 1 trillion yuan, 137 billion, and its trusted company affiliates are under intense scrutiny after halting payments to thousands of customers. Underlying the importance, regulators have formed the task force as they seek to prevent contagion. Behind the scenes, the firm has hired KPMG to carry out what is likely to be a protected and restructuring process. Potential asset sales threaten to weigh on broader markets. So please don't think for a moment that what happens in China doesn't affect us, guys. China has big stake in America, guys. Evergrande filed for bankruptcy in New York public court. Okay. That's in China. China's defaulting, America's defaulting, and you're right in the middle of it. So let's take a look at this. I want to show you guys something pretty wild. So this is US national debt over the last 100 years. Look at this. How on earth can we maintain this, guys? How you can't maintain something like this. Look at that since 1942, and look at the radical change since 1971. Isn't that interesting? Right around here, boom, boom, 1980, high interest rates. Remember that? And then free money, free money, free money, free money. Boom, we just hit the breaking point. We are at the breaking point of an economic system, and a new hero is going to be distributed ledger technology, on-demand liquidity, ISO 20002, however you say it. It's a new monetary system, guys. You're not going to stop the freight train. Okay. Now here's the thing. So as this is going on and America's struggling and he's sending $700 checks to Hawaii, Biden administration announces $345 million in weapons package for Taiwan on Friday. This was a couple weeks ago, or in July, excuse me. A total of $1 billion in U.S. has allotted to transfer directly from Pentagon stockpiles to the island this year. So they have $1 billion slotted for that, but they gave $700 one time to the people in Hawaii. Wake up. Wake up, guys. Okay, now the BRICS countries are meeting tomorrow. I'm going to have Waters Above on our channel. We're going to talk about the Jubilee, okay? And I'm going to just hold on for just a moment because I'm going to share with you guys exactly what I'm doing, okay? It's nothing to fear. Don't panic. Don't fight an invisible enemy, okay? So August 22nd through 24th, the BRICS countries are meeting. And what I wanted to show you guys is the leaders are divided over the expansion of the bloc by adding new members, including the administrative criteria. Over 40 countries, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, United Emirates, Argentina, Indonesia, Egypt, Ethiopia, have expressed interest in joining the BRICS, according to South Africa, okay? And I'll leave this right here with you guys. Okay, this is Ray Dalio's Changing World Order. I highly recommend you get this book. This will give you the in-depth understanding of the economic cycle. Okay, now here we are. As I've been presenting this to you guys, if you're writing notes, we're right here, guys. Large debts, printing of money, internal conflict, loss of reserve currency, weak leadership. Here we go. We've hit all these buckets, okay? Over here, 9, less productive, overextended, losing competitiveness. America's lost its competitiveness. The wealth gaps are massive. And now we're heading into 13. We're in 13. We're in 17 and 18 now, guys. So know that this is going to happen. This isn't if, it's when is it going to happen, okay? So the first thing that we need to do is understand that you don't have to understand anything. This is what's worked for me. What I've worked to do is build a foundation of God with my family, okay? Now, God may look different for you. I don't know. I believe we come from one source. I don't know if it's like baby boss and we all Catholics go here and Jehovah's Witness. I don't know. But I do know that I love God with all my heart and I love humanity as I love God. Okay. I follow the golden rule. I treat others as I want to be treated. And the main thing that I do is I pull the log out of my eye before I pull the straw to yours. And then after that, I develop principles for my family and my business. My business is integrity, honesty, and uncompromising belief in God. I will not run or be with a business. I own all my ecosystem, no sponsors, so I can speak about my truth in God. My family is peace, freedom, and family structure. I'm working to do the best I can to build family structure and have peace and freedom with my children. Okay, so principles. So God, principles, and then action. Okay, so there's only three things you can control: is your thoughts, is what you think. I'm going to keep repeating this over and over again. Okay, your actions are what you do today, and your emotions are your reactions to the things happening. So instead of going out and fighting and protesting against an invisible enemy that's controlling your emotions, to be the change, as Gandhi says, be the change you want to see. So if you want peace, then be peaceful. If you want freedom, then be free. If you want love, then be unconditional loving to others. It's the biggest trick played on humanity and outside in effect. Trump's not coming to save you guys. DeSantis isn't coming to save you. Okay. Nobody's coming to save you. And if they point to somebody on earth, a man, as the risen savior, look the other way. Study what Jesus said. He never said he's coming back in the flesh, guys. Like, dive into the doctrine. Another thing, too, if you're going to continue to judge people about doctrine, the way people believe in God, then if you're going to take it literally, then read everything in the Bible and take everything literally. You'll be shocked. Okay. Make sure you're not just parroting information. Ask why and study the origin of what you're studying. Where did it originate from? Whose story is it? Is it his story to benefit him or her? Or is it the proper story to benefit your relationship and connection to God? You come through the ether, which is your spinal cord, your nervous system. And if there was an invisible enemy or these people you guys call the elites, what would you do? You'd work to disconnect you from your ether through pornography, excessive video game playing, horrible food, lack of sleep, scrolling on TikTok nonstops, stuck on YouTube videos, following trends, worried about the Kardashians, worried if Jamie Foxx is cloned. And, you would look over here and then have you look in the sky and then look down because it disconnects you from your ether. They wouldn't have you eating healthy foods and fasting. The food pyramid wouldn't have carbohydrates as the essential nutrient. It's not an essential nutrient. We wouldn't be operating this way if this was God's playground. This is the devil's playground. When they asked Jesus, who is the prince of the earth? What did he say? The devil is the prince of the earth. In the Bible, it says the devil was cast to earth. So are you going to fight that game, or are you going to fight the internal game? Controlling your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions, and your family's going to be A-OK. I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go. I'd love to connect with you down below. Join our Warrior Academy like-minded community, or you can set up a free consultation with my insurance team. I'll see you on the other side.